Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man that has one of the most incredible underdog stories in the NFL. He was selected in the sixth round at pick number 181 in the 2024 draft. Making the most of an incredible opportunity this season, he's emerged as the RB1 for the Los Angeles Chargers, and he's had one heck of a year. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimani Vidal. How's it going, man?
It's going great. How about you?
Doing great, man. I appreciate it. Doing great. I want to catch the audience up on your journey real quick here before we dive into all the questions because it's absolutely incredible. Obviously, you were drafted last season in 2024 at pick number 181, and you got some action last season, but nothing overly substantial. You had the multi-touchdown performance in the Hall of Fame game, and then you were waived during the final cuts after the preseason, leading you to sign with the practice squad. You would then get promoted to the active roster with the injuries. And to say that you've made the most of your opportunity is an understatement, dude. That's incredible. What a story, first of all.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely been a ride. It's just been it's like almost like a roller coaster, just like up and down, and then going with the season. And it's been a great ride, and it's been a great season so far.
Yeah, no kidding. And you guys have obviously have a lot of meat left on the bone this season. And I would imagine this all came at you very, very fast. The most carries you got in your rookie season was only 8, and you've already had multiple 20 plus carry games this season. Did you imagine that the opportunity would come this quickly for you?
Um, no, I didn't. I didn't anticipate, both of the running backs getting hurt in front of me. You know, I know that injuries are a part of the NFL and a part of football, but I would not expect to be in the role I am right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the word on the street right now is that you revitalized the Chargers running game. And with the injuries, it's obviously been tough for you guys, and you've taken over a running back room, to your point, that has been absolutely battered. I'm curious for you, what has it been like to take that step? Because obviously, you've played football almost your entire career or your entire life, and then you come into college, you get picked up by the Chargers, you get drafted by the Chargers, and then here you are as the guy. What has that transition been like for you becoming the Chargers starting running back?
I mean, it's felt like so much longer than it has been, since I've been in the NFL. Uh, the season's so long. You learn so much just in one season. Um, it I can almost compare it to like the NFL's one seasons compared to like almost two seasons in college. Just based off of how much you learn about yourself, how much you learn about the game, and then also just how uh smart the game is. You have to pick up on something, and also like being able to change your game throughout the season too is important. Giving defenses other looks and things like that. But I mean, it's been great. Just to be able to provide to the team and showcase my talent.
For sure. And we obviously talked about the injuries a little bit, but both of the guys in front of you, Najee Harris and Amari and Hampton, both very talented running backs. And then you look at yourself. I mean, overall, this is a very talented running back room, and you're playing on one of the best teams in football. Did you feel any pressure stepping into this moment, knowing that you were going to be the guy with all the talent around you on a team that is looking to make a deep run here?
Yeah, I mean, there's always pressures. I apply pressure to myself, and I have an expectation of like what I will do on the field. I wouldn't say there's any like outside pressure or anything from my teammates. I mean, I was just blessed in that moment to that my teammates did believe in me. And just meant the world to me.
Yeah, I can't imagine, especially with everything that's gone on, and now you guys are heading into the bye week at 7-4, looking to make a deep run here. All right, so I want to talk to you a little bit about the culture of the Los Angeles Chargers. Obviously, on the outside, it seems like it's next level with Coach Harbaugh. I mean, he is just the ultimate motivator of men. And considering with all the turnaround that you guys have had this season, I'm curious from your perspective, how have you seen the guys not only rally around you, but also just rally in general with this next man up mentality?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Harbaugh expects a lot out of his players. He's a great leader. He used to be a player, so he understands what it's like. I mean, he was a starter at one point. He was a backup at one point. So, um, he's a coach that definitely like understands how the NFL goes, and the ins and outs and the flows of it. So I think having a leader like that has just kind of helped us with the injuries that we've sustained.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have definitely got something special up there, not only football wise, but just culture wise with what Coach Harbaugh brings. I want to read a quote that he actually said about you, which I'm sure you've heard. He said, he's playing like a number one back in the NFL, very good at pass protection, very good at running the football. He brings a very physical style, plus he's elusive. That's what I've seen, and it's all really good. And we've seen this on a game to game basis. You're obviously a great pass blocker for Justin Herbert. You have that receiving touchdown this year. You're running the ball at a high level. You're really emerging as this true RB1 in what Coach Harbaugh had to say about you and what we're all seeing right now. What does it mean to you to have that type of support from your head coach, and how instrumental has he been in your development?
It means the world to me. I mean, he drafted me. He believed in me. He brought me to the NFL. Last year I was able to, get in a little bit, and um, and it meant a lot to me too, because these teams, they could have done he could have done anything to, not allow me the opportunity, but he allowed me that, and I just try to just give it my all and put forth my best effort.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like to have that type of support, especially with everything going on. And you guys have, it's been like a seamless transition. It feels like you've emerged into this role, and you've, like I said, have been playing at such a high level. You've been catching the ball at a high level. You've been running the ball at a tremendous rate. And obviously you've been keeping your quarterback upright. And that leads me into my next question with Justin Herbert. You're busting your tail out there to keep him clean. And I'm sure there's a lot of pressure playing with a guy like that, who's obviously so good, one of the best in the sport. I'm curious, from your perspective, what is it like playing with a quarterback like Justin Herbert, who's one of the best at the position in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. He's one of the best in the NFL. You want to talk about like God given, like, I mean, getting to work with this dude every day. He's smart. He's like the perfect, like, made in the lab type of quarterback. I mean, like, he just doesn't mess up a whole lot. I mean, he's a great guy too. It just playing with a guy like that. You just want to put your all out there, and just all you want to be perfect for a guy like that. Honestly, and if we all do our 111s, that he's able to win us the game almost.
Yeah, and I think that's evident the way that you block for him, and obviously the offensive line, the pass catchers, everybody is able to fill their roles perfectly. I'm curious, what do you see from him as a leader? We don't see him as this guy that's, super like emotional, almost like other guys, but he has his own unique leadership style. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, he leads by example. First off, I mean, I don't think there's anyone out there that can't lead by example and be a good leader. And
Yeah.
then I mean, his smartness in the game, and uh, he has this real, like, just calmness about him. This confidence in his teammates, to that kind of just leads to us, just kind of like building the trust in us. And then also, like, he is, you know, I know you say he's not emotional, but he is emotional, in his own ways. And what, most of that stuff
Yeah.
does happen more so like behind closed doors and behind like the stuff you guys don't see. Uh,
Yeah.
but he is that kind of a leader.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure. I'm not sitting here saying Justin Herbert's not a great leader. I'm just saying, in terms of, like, when we see him trying to avoid the cameras, or a
Yeah,
guy that's
yeah.
not, getting super, super hyped up. Even like when you score, I think he's a very calm, cool, and collected player. And I think a lot of the times I'm curious how a guy like that to your point, leads by example, but is obviously playing the position at such a high level. And what goes into that is obviously being a major leader for your team. So that is great to hear. All right, last few questions here. Let's talk about the rest of the season. Obviously, you guys have Super Bowl aspirations. You're playing for the guys that went down. How are the overall vibes of the team right now as you guys head into this bye week, into the second half of the schedule?
We're just using this bye week as almost like a just to kind of just get our minds right for this last little push that we have at the end of the season to, make a playoff push, and really just to end the season on a high note and, go into the playoffs and win as many games as we can.
Yeah, obviously, you guys don't want to sit here and overthink too much when a game like last weekend happens, or even when you guys on Sunday Night Football beat down on the Steelers pretty good. It's obviously a week to week type of game. The old adage on any given Sunday. I'm curious with you guys, how do you come off of this bye week and really sustain consistency game by game and not look ahead? Obviously, it's a tough second half of the schedule. Everyone you play is good in the NFL, but tough second half of the schedule. How do you guys just stay laser focused, keep that tunnel vision, and really focus on that game to game mindset?
I would just say just the fact that we don't have a playoff spot solidified. Um, that we have to keep going. It's we're in a tough division. We're in a tough conference, so we got to keep going 1-0 every week. We have to fight to at the end of the season. We don't want to be hoping if someone else loses, or we don't want any crazy situation like that. The fate's in our hands, and we just have to take advantage of it.
100%. Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for you the rest of the season, rooting for the Chargers. You guys have been an awesome team to watch. You've been such an incredible story. And I know everybody watching at home will be definitely rooting for you the rest of the season. Kimani, I really appreciate your time. And we're very happy to have you on, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.